All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It has been a long couple of months since I have been down here, and it is so good to be back in my home, away from home. So, hopefully, you can hear me. Hopefully, you can see me. Give me some shout outs here in the comment box if you can. I would very much appreciate it. But I am back live down here on the CBOE, and it is it's an odd day today. The markets were down. Awesome, thank you, Doug. Markets were down pretty big earlier, and then about what 90 minutes ago or so, we had a big reversal in the market. Thank you, Thomas. And now as I look up here on the big board, S&Ps, they're off their highs, but they're up 22 points. And as I had said in the rooms earlier today, I thought today would be kind of a wait and see day, if you will, meaning that people are really just kind of waiting for the news to come out, which is tomorrow. Which now we learn that the news won't be until after the close tomorrow. So today, tomorrow, and tomorrow could be more just positioning around. But I will tell you that um, volatility, the VIX is pretty much unchanged on the day. I'm looking at it right now. It's down just a tick or so. It was obviously up earlier when the market was down. Um, Outside of some arguing going on here in the S&P options pit here, there's not a lot going on. And I was just over talking to my buddy in the VIX pit, and there's not a lot of activity over there as well. So let's dive into this here, guys. Let's dive into this breaking news that just hit the tape. I'm not sure if any of you saw this. You can find it on any of your news channels here. This literally just hit the tape. I mean, this is a shocker, I would think, for anyone. There's no way. I mean, I had to do a double, a triple, a quadruple take when I saw this right here. So I don't know what's going to happen from here. I know Elon's supposed to be stepping down in a couple months, and maybe Biden is stepping in for him. So, did any of you guys happen to see that come across the tape just a few minutes ago? Because that's all anybody's talking about down here. It's pretty unbelievable, quite frankly. There, I see it up there on Bloomberg right now. They've got Bloomberg up on the TV up here. Oh, Thomas, come on, man. Come on, everybody. Yeah. Fine. I had to go there, right? I had to go there. Yeah, there's no way that would happen, right? So, happy April Fools, everybody. Who knows what's going to come out of all of this mess. It could very well be a buy the rumor, sell the news, sell the rumor, buy the news. Who knows what could happen here? It's just really ever changing minute by minute. So these are real headlines here. Okay. I actually pulled all of these headlines within the last hour. These are all from different news sources: Wall Street Journal, Barron's, Reuters, Fox Business had one of these here. So, that is the focus here, right? Trump says he settled on Liberation Day tariff plan, but doesn't reveal it. Wall Street swings again as the approach of Trump's Liberation Day wallops the stock markets worldwide. Well, that one obviously was an older one that was just posted. Will President Trump's Liberation Day be a disaster for the stock market? Here's what to know about Liberation Day, and as it looms, Liberation Day is almost here. What does it mean for the stock market? Trump aides draft proposal for 20% tariffs on most imports to U.S. as Liberation Day looms. Trump's April 2nd Liberation Day tariffs, what to expect and what is next. So, what will happen tomorrow? Right? What will the announcement be? And now that we know the one definitive thing that we do know is that the announcement is going to be after the market closes tomorrow. So Thursday is going to be the day that the market's going to react, or futures Wednesday night going into Thursday, and then that coupled with the jobs number that we have, I mean, that's being overshadowed right now, but that is certainly a really, really important number. So we've got that, and then the jobs number, the monthly jobs number for March coming out on Friday. So the rest of the end of this week could be some fireworks here, guys. I think the rest of today, and like I said, possibly even tomorrow, maybe there's just going to be some jockeying back and forth, some positioning back and forth. But the bottom line is nobody knows. No, there is not anybody out there that knows exactly what's going to happen. Hey, here's my good friend Kevin Hinks from Schwab Network. Hang on one second, everybody. What's up, buddy?
Scotty,
Congrats to you.
Andrea,
How are you?
I'm good.
Awesome. Awesome. My son is pregnant. I know you just went through it.
Oh my God!
I know you just went through.
First?
Yeah.
You want
I
me to
can't.
control the emotion.
I already can't.
He
I
saw the picture. He looks like me. I go. I'm
Uh
gonna go
oh.
broke.
Uh oh.
I'm gonna go broke with this kid. That's my first comment.
Oh my God. Are you going back up there?
Yeah.
I'll pop up there in a few. All right, sorry everybody. That was like I said, my good friend Kevin Hinks from Schwab Network here. So anyway, what's going to happen? Don't believe anybody. Don't believe anybody. You're going to see, you know, all the quote unquote experts. You are going to read about ad nauseum over the rest of today, tomorrow, even afterwards. Here, here are the key questions. Here's what you have to think about. Is this going to be a make or break moment for the market? I personally don't believe that is going to be the case. Nobody, not even Trump knows what's going to happen. Besant, anybody in his cabinet, Lutnick, nobody knows what's going to happen. Okay. Is it going to be 20% across the board? Well, that's what the latest and greatest news is. Is that subject to change by tomorrow? You better believe it. Now, one thing that I do believe will happen are earnings estimates going to get hit? Are earnings estimates going to get lowered? Yes. Is that already priced into the market, though? We don't know. We don't know. So, as the news starts rolling out tomorrow, and as you start seeing companies say, well, we're going to chop 5%, 8%, whatever it might be, off of those estimates, okay, I will tell you as a trader, do not act on the first move. Do not act on the first move because when we see those headlines, folks, we're already behind the curve. Okay. Other people much smarter than us, much quicker than us, they already have that news. Do not act on the news when you first see it. That would be my absolute advice to you. Is there anywhere to hide?
But like 2 seconds, she caught herself.
Well, there might be, but we don't know. Is energy going to continue a run? Are consumer staples, which is where people are kind of flocking to right now, some of the retailers like Costco, Walmart, some of the others that people are thinking, okay, those are the companies that already have planned for this. We don't know where there is to hide. Big question, is it a buy the dip or sell the rip? Okay, what do I mean by that? Well, for the last several years, up until a couple months ago, any sell-off we had in the market, regardless of what the news was and why we had a sell-off, it was an opportunity to buy that market or buy the dip. So if we sell off now, am I breaking up? No, Lita, I think that might be on your end. I'm not certain, but I think that might be on your end. I'm getting confirmation over here that the sound is good. Maybe everybody else out there can let me know as well. And if it's not, we'll try and fix that. So is it buy the dip or sell the rip? Selling the rip means, if the market really takes a nice leg up, do you sell it? Because there's still a lot of overhang in the economy. Okay. And then one thing we have really talked about over the last month and every week ahead that I have put out over the last probably 6 weeks has focused on what? It is focused on consumer sentiment. It is focused on consumer spending. Consumer sentiment right now is at a 32-year low. You know what? Consumer sentiment can be a really good contrarian indicator. You know, it's that old Warren Buffett adage of when people are most fearful, that's when you need to be aggressive. And I know I'm not quoting it 100% properly right now. And when people are really confident, that's when you need to be fearful. Hello, Herbert. So, you know what? Maybe everybody's feeling of angst and gloom and doom. That could be the best sign for a possible leg up in the marketplace. Okay. So these are things for sure. These are things for sure that are the big questions out there. The biggest one being nobody knows what's to come, guys. We really don't. History says tariffs are not a good thing, not a good thing for you, for me, for everybody down here, because we're going to pay higher prices. Okay. But again, how much of that is baked into the market? Maybe there's some, maybe there's not enough. Okay. Personally, personally, and I'll go on record saying this, and I'll be the first one to acknowledge this if I am wrong. Personally, I don't think this is going to, or the announcement is going to be as bad as many expect. I think there will be some kind of 11th hour deals made before this is all announced. We'll see what happens. So, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? How do you trade this market? Okay. I bet I can pull in 20, 30, 50 of these traders right now. Ask them the same question. And you know what they're going to say? They're absolutely going to tell you that trade what the market gives you. So you can have a plan, but you've got to be ready to trade what is in front of you. If vol perks up, if it moves higher, you've got to be ready to sell it. And if it starts getting hit, you've got to get ready to buy it. Okay. Because we cannot outsmart the market. I can't. There's not a single trader here. There is nobody I know that can outsmart the market. Okay. But all that being said, what does it create for? What does it create? It creates massive opportunity, which we have seen. That is what we have seen. Sure, maybe we haven't put on as many trades as we were like a month ago, just because, maybe we're just kind of letting things come to us, settling in, being a little bit more cautious. But you know what? We talk about the trades of what the market is giving us. We've done a lot of iron condors, right? We've been able to sell this volatility. And I think all the ones that we've done, and I know we're in one right now as well with Meta, which is actually working out pretty good right now. All the ones we've done over the last several weeks, last month or so, I think all but one actually panned out well. The last one was that UNH that we were struggling with the end of last week, which didn't turn out to be, a massive loss. It was a little bit of a loss, but that's why I say you got to take what the market gives you. Okay. Respect your technicals, respect your fundamentals, respect the fact that volatility does this. Okay. So that's why we learn to trade with all different kinds of opportunity. Okay. Before we go any further, if everybody can, and I know I used to harp on this, probably been what a month or so since we've done one of these. Smash that like button, subscribe. Hulk is here. Okay. It really does help us. And for all of you who have joined us in our new after hours market update beyond the close, we appreciate that. We are going to continue that. So I will be doing market minds. We will be doing beyond the close. Okay. And the reason we're doing this is because we kept getting flooded with feedback saying we want more market information. We want more market information. So if there's any other ideas that any of you may have, let us know. Okay. Let us know. Okay. Any questions before I go on here? Any questions about how to play this announcement or, play the next couple of days here or any position that we may have before I go on? And yeah, the Hulkster's back while you guys are thinking about any questions you may have for me. The wheel is back, the Hulkster is back. April Fools. I know we usually don't do 2 words, keep it real easy, but couldn't think up of anything creative today. So that is that's the Hulkster smash for today. Okay. So I'm not seeing any questions come through. So one thing I do want to talk to everybody about, let's go over to our screen here. Okay. Should be able to see. Why are we not seeing this? Hang on. Share. Hang on. I might have to do a different screen here. Hang on with me, everybody. There we go. Let's do that. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. There we go. So one thing I was looking at earlier in the day today was a Tesla Iron Condor. Okay. Glad I didn't put it on earlier in the day just because of the big move here. But this has been one of the best stocks to put on a trade like this. This has been very, very range bound. We hit those bottoms, what was a week, maybe a week and a half ago, down around the 230-ish level, 235. We've been topping out and it's approaching there again right now. Let's get it up here. So we've been topping out, right up here. And so we have played this range. So I was looking at an iron condor to put out in Tesla, and they announce some sales tomorrow. So in addition to the Liberation Day tariff stuff, in addition to Elon being Elon, they actually do have some consequential numbers coming out tomorrow. So let's take a look at this. Okay, let's go through this, everybody. Let's blow this up here. Okay, can everybody see? I know I don't know if I can make this any bigger. Let me see. There we go. That's about as big as I can go here. Okay, so right now the stock is trading basically 275. Okay, so if you guys can see the screen or on your own charts, okay, what's the expected move for the rest of this week in Tesla? I'm going to try and get my drawing tool up here if I can find it. Hang on, guys. I think I got it. There we go. Okay. There we go. What's the expected move here, everybody, for the rest of this week in Tesla? Oh, here it is on the Tesla to report sales amid Musk backlash, overseas delivery woes. Okay, that's not
showing your window. You have to do like a screen share.
Okay. Yeah, it's about $22 exactly, everybody. Hang on one sec. Let's present here again. I just got to get right back into it, everybody. So present. What am I doing here?
Stop screen.
Stop screen. Man, oh man, what am I doing here? Share screen. Sorry, everybody. I'm an amateur here. There we go. Okay. There we go. Boom. Okay. Yeah, let's call it $22, right? Totally agree with you. So if we were looking at just an equidistant iron condor, okay, we're looking at like 250, to basically 297. Okay, does everybody agree with that? 250 to 297 ish. Okay, good. So we might look at something, let's say the 255, 247 and a half, and then maybe the 292 and a half, 300. Okay, what do we have there? Okay, what do we have there? Well, if we did that, $7.50 wide, that's only about $3. Does everybody see that? That's really only about $3. I don't want to sell a $7.50 wide iron condor for $3. Why not? Why not? If we did this for a $3 credit, okay, what kind of reward to risk does that give us? And we are going out equidistant to basically what the expected move is on either side. Exactly, Gene. So in the signal on something like this, if we put this signal out, which we are not, I don't want anybody to think that we are, but if we were, we would put this out, sell this for a $3 credit and use 450 for your risk, right? Because it's $7.50 wide iron condor. Does everybody understand why we would use $4.50 per spread for our risk? Okay, so exactly, Stephen. So if we have 3 divided by 450, meaning our reward divided by our risk, it is just not advantageous to do that. Okay, so as much as Tesla has been really volatile, I would not want to sell this. Now, if I had a directional bias, then maybe I would use some different strikes on either end. Okay, but what this is telling me right now is, to me anyway, this would not be a good candidate to sell volatility here. Tesla has been a great candidate to sell volatility over the last month or so. Right now, I don't think so. Does everybody follow along with that? So I would probably look at this again tomorrow after they release their numbers. And I'm not sure the time of day tomorrow. I have to look that up. If they release their numbers prior to the end of the day and prior to the tariff announcements tomorrow, there might be a different opportunity. Vol might get hit, the stock might move, or vol might expand. Okay. So I'm going to wait for those numbers to come out, see if there's another opportunity. But this is the kind of situation, this is the kind of trend that we have been looking at really over the last month and looking at these opportunities. UNH, Meta, Goldman Sachs. I know there's others that we traded iron condors on. So in this environment, guys, if you're looking at things on your own, definitely something that you may want to take a look at. Yes, as we just posted up there, here it is right here, guys. Mr. Hulkster himself, April Fool's last call. Herbert, you certainly want to buy puts or get in a put position if you thought that the stock was toppy and had a lot of downside. Is it less crowded? Yeah, there's actually a lot of people at lunch right now because there's not a lot going on. RJ. Yeah, I'd say there's probably 50 or so traders, that are out off the floor right now. There's not a lot of activity going on right now. Okay, Mike, are we closed up? Okay, last call here, guys. Last call. All right. And again, what I really want to review, and I appreciate you bearing with me today, just getting back into this on the floor here. These are the things I think you need to consider coming out. Okay. The wheel is officially closed. These are the things you need to consider. Is this going to be a make or break moment for the market? I don't think so. Nobody knows what's going to happen. So I know we're going to get a lot of Monday morning quarterbacks coming in Thursday morning when the market does whatever it's going to do, that are either going to say, I knew these tariffs were going to rock the market, or I knew this was just a blow off and it was immaterial for now. And blah, blah, blah. Okay. We don't know. Is it 20% across the board? We don't know. The one thing I think we do know, at least I'm confident in, earnings estimates will get hit, but is that already priced in? Okay. Anywhere to hide? I don't know. Buy the dip or sell the rip. Personally, I still think we're in a sell the rip type of environment, which is much different than the last, 6 or 9 months. In RJ's, this is the real deal, right? This is the real deal. And is everyone's dire sentiment, is that a turning point? Very well could be. All right. You got the wheel, Mike? Wonderful. Let me get the wheel, everybody, here. Again, I'm a little slow on the controls today. There we go. There's the wheel. Oh, look. Yeah, whoa, I don't want MetaMask. There we go. Oh man, what a dismal showing today. What a dismal showing. All that means is you all have a better opportunity to win the wheel. So let's do it. Here we go, guys. Today's winner is Karen. Karen, are you in the house? Karen, are you in the house? Gotta be here to win. Got to be in it to win it. Karen is here. All right. You know what, Karen? I've got some bad news for you. That was just a practice run. So you didn't win. Yeah, that's right. I'm just kidding. It's April Fools. I'm just kidding. All right. Send us your you can see it on the screen there. Send me an email, please, to prosperswag@prospertrading.com with your size swag and a mailing address. Thank you, everyone. Okay. Market Minds is back live. I will be doing Market Minds typically Tuesdays and Thursdays when I am here on the floor. I will tell you ahead of time right now, I will not be on the floor Thursday. I will be down here on Friday because I have a bunch of live television hits from here. So the next Market Minds will be this Friday. Make sure, let everybody know that we are back. We are still doing our BTC beyond the close every single day, where you'll get me or Mike Shore or Mike Patton or Dan O'Brien or Charlie Moon or Jeff Lake. Okay, bringing our insights to the game. And as Robert DB just said there, hit that like button. Thank you, everyone. Great to be back. And we'll see you next time.